Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hope of the elect. And shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning, a few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you with another lesson in true facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification. Lord's willing to be edified. And this is Taming the Tongue. Now the apostle, Around Law put out a PSA video about being circumspect. Because the times is coming when these the enemies, okay, the enemies of ours is going to come down with great wrath, and they're going to try to use uh certain videos, the way brothers speak, how brothers talk, and try to use different things against us. So, hey, shalom, shalom, Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatham, shalom, shalom, sister, shalom, brother, Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatham. So when these devils come down with wrath, they're going to try to use certain things that the brothers say against them. So, as the apostle said, Apostle Ramlaw with the PSA, he said, you got to be circumspect. You got to have your speech seasoned with salt, because they're going to try to find a way to try to justify you being, in their eyes, wicked, when all we do is bring out the truth. So the first precept I'm going to read is Matthew chapter 12, because what's coming down is they're going to try to find some kind of way to make you, to deem you, to make you seem bad in the eyes of the public, which is all part of prophecy. Yahweh Shai said, if they persecuted him, they will also persecute his elect, his hopeful elect, his disciples, his apostles. So it's going to happen. It's a part of prophecy. But in the same token, hey, you be seasoned with salt. This is Matthew 12 and 35. It reads, a good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, meaning your mind. And an evil man out of the evil treasures bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you, now these are the words of Yahweh Shah, but I say unto you that every our word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. So it's what you say, man, that will condemn you. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. That's why the Lord said this in Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. It reads, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So you got to be seasoned, man, because the wicked is going to come down with great wrath, and they're going to try to use what you speak, what you say, what you teach to condemn you. Going back in Matthew 12 again, Matthew 12 and 35. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasures bring forth evil things. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned, man. So the Lord tell you, hey, be seasoned with salt, man. Have your conversation. This is Galatians 6 and 1. It reads, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in a spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. So this is about humbleness, meekness, man, because these devils is going to try to use your conversation against you, man. As Yahweh Shah just said in Matthew the 12th chapter, man. That's why he said, Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Okay. When you go to Luke, was that Luke 21 and 15, it reads this: For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So knowing that, how was Yahushua, man? Okay, he was humble, man. When you read these stories, all he was doing was what? Cutting with the scriptures, man. Cutting with the scriptures. That's all he was doing. Okay, he didn't snap, he didn't flip out. He was just cutting with the scriptures, man. Humbly cutting with the scriptures. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist, man. Okay? They gonna be able to do hey, if they find some reason, man, some way, then it's from the most high Yahweh, man. Okay? It's gonna be from him. It should not be from your speech. This is James chapter 3 and verse 6. It reads, and the tongue, let's read verse 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boast of great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and set on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. So verse 8 say, but the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. So you got to know how to speak, man. Reading on. Verse 9 say, therewith bless we power, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of power. Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not to be so. Hey, if a person that's supposed to be rebuked and condemned, it is what it is. If a person that's supposed to be blessed and you trying to Galatians 6 and 1, restore such an one, that's what it is, man. Because out of the same mouth, blessings and cursing. We know King David did it, man. Elijah did it. Okay, he cursed with those 40 those children that was slandering him because about his bald head. What did he do? Hey, he sent a prayer up, and the Lord sent two sheep bears and killed those kids, man. Right? So, but you gotta know how to talk, man. This is about help sitting the elect, man, restoring such an one in the meekness, man. So you can't be snapping and flipping out. Hey, because the wicked, them devils gonna use the same thing against you, man. Verses James 3 and 11. Do a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? No, man. Can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries, even a vine figs? So can no fountain both yield salt, water, and fresh. Who is a wise man and endureth with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. So this is about controlling your speech, man. This is Colossians chapter 4 and verse 5. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. That's in humbleness and meekness, man. This time now, you supposed to have discernment. Like right now, some brothers can't go to camp. Like we can't even go downtown Orlando, but a lot of other brothers in different cities can go out, man. You know them same scoffers that come up over and over and over, man. They come up with the same madness. Let them go on down the street. But when you got people that you never seen or a person that you done seen, but they never stop and ask questions, all of a sudden they stop asking questions. Hey, you talk to them, man. But you know them same ones that been scoffing, it ain't for them. At least the Lord, put the spirit on them. But say, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how ye ought to answer every man. And that's every man. Whether it's a bug out or somebody that's searching for the truth, man. This is First Peter 3:15. It reads, "But sanctify the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah power, in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks of you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear." Fear the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai, because He can take the spirit from you. So when you fear the Most High, as the scriptures say, hey, restore such an one in meekness, man. So you ain't gonna be flipping out, man. Humble. We gotta be humble, man, because these devils is gonna roll, and they have no reason to roll on you. So they're gonna say you was cussing and scoffing and saying, "Oh, North America gonna be destroyed with fire and this and that," even though it's part of the scriptures. But they're gonna try to use your conversation against you. That's why we gotta be seasoned with salt, meekness. Verse 16 say, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach. See, they're gonna be condemned. What the scripture say? Hey, you do good to your enemy. Hey, you heap coals of fire upon their head, man. So again, First Peter 3:18. Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, as you speak in good conversation, they speak in evil of you, as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach. When you go to Psalms 37, it clearly tell you, man, they're gonna do that, man. This Psalm 37 in verse let me see, 14, I think. Right. Psalm 37 and 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. That's their whole goal, man. Trying to find a way to take Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, so called, the hopeful elect of them, off the streets, man, off the internet. As the scriptures say in Revelation 2 and 10, man, they shall cast some of you into prison. Why? Because of your good conversation, man. Like while I was watching the elder Yashwama from Dallas, man. Okay, how Nero did Hey, and me and the brother in the camp we went to go see Paul the Apostle of Christ when it first came out, man. Hey, like the elder was going into, man, they was burning Jake on the stake, man. That's where the whole Roman counter thing came from, man. Okay, Nero was burning Jake in the city, man. Okay, why? Because they're the wicked, man. They were trying to find ways to say that it was the so-called Christians, the Israelites, that were destroying the city, man. When you go to the stories in Acts 17, Acts 18, and Acts 19, man, the Israelites were trying to kill Paul, man, because he was telling them about they was going off, man, worshiping this and that, doing this and that, following the ways of the heathens, man. Okay, and they wanted to condemn the man because of his conversation, man. Because of his conversation. He wasn't going around killing nobody. He was going around pushing what? Yahweh Shema was shot, man. And they tried to find a way. You had these what? These 40 guys. So they wasn't going to eat nothing. They wasn't going to eat or drink until they killed Paul, man. So these things is coming again. Those was wicked Israelites, man. How much more the heathen, man? Again, Psalm 37 and 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow. Oh, Psalm 94 and 20. They frame mischief by law, man, to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. These devils are trying to find a way to take us out, man. They can't do nothing, man. Why? Because the Lord say he will give you a mouth and wisdom that your adversaries cannot gainsay nor resist, man. And that go for 2/3 of Israel. Because when you keep reading the next chapter, tell you that. Matter of fact, let's go back to that. Luke 21 and 16. Read 15 again. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries, say all your adversaries, that's all 17 heathen nations. If they want to, them 16 heathen nations, if they're going to join to the wicked to do this, and two-thirds of Israel are part of this too. So it say all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist, and ye shall be betrayed, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish. So, no worries, man. What did Yahweh say? John 16 and 33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So no worries, man. There's no worries. This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes 28 and 11. It reads, and hasty contention kindleth a fire, and in hasty fighting sheddeth blood. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. Hey, when you season with salt, man. Hey, when you got somebody that wanna tell you something, when you know what you know, but they trying to tell you something else that's part of plantation Christianity, hey, you can quench that fire, man. With what? This truth, man. So it say, if thou blow the spark, it shall burn. Hey, if you being in a contentions spark with somebody, man, ain't nothing good gonna come out of it, man. Like debating, man. When you debating with somebody that's in Kemet or whatever, plantation Christianity, there's no, hey, ain't nothing good gonna come out of it, man. It's good for education if you're doing it live, so people that's watching in YouTube land, but it ain't no good gonna come out of it, man. Hey, cause First Timothy 4 and 1, man, they have it concealed with a hot iron, man. So it say, if thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both these come out of thy mouth. You see? So if you going back and forth with somebody about nothing, ain't nothing gonna come out of it, man. But if you amongst brethren, okay, and y'all going back and forth with scriptures and bouncing back and forth on each other, that's all edification, man. Because what? One mind, one body, man. Verse 12, verse 13. Curse the whisperer and double tongued, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. You see, hey, outside of this truth, man, is nothing but double tongue and whisperers, man. Outside of this truth, like we got going on right now, a bunch of madness, man. You got all these different camps talking about ain't no Jacob trouble, the RFID microchip ain't the mark of the beast, right? Ain't no Jacob trouble. Main thing. You got other people teaching ain't no missiles, ain't no chariots in the Bible. Those all back and forth madness, man. So it say, curse the whisperer and double tongue, man. Curse them, for such have destroyed many that were at peace, man. People trying to get the truth, and you stutter taking them back the wrong way, man. A backbiting tongue have disquieted many and driven them from nation to nation, man. Hey, all we in the doctrines. Hey, these camps got people tossed to and fro, man, because they're not getting sound doctrine. So they going back and forth from nation to nation, man. And they going from one religion to another, man, from one false idol to another one. A backbiting tongue have disquieted many and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down. What? The tongue, man, and overthrown the house of great men. You see, good people have fell into wicked camps, man, bugged out camps, teaching all different type of doctrines, man. From what? From the tongue, man. Verse 16 say, whosoever hearken unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly, man. The Lord say he give what? Them that come into the truth, man, they get them sound sleep, man. You get, this is not our rest. But you rest comfortable because you know you got the truth, man. You again teach what was taught, man, to our forefathers. Again, Ecclesiastes 28:16. Whosoever, whoso hearken unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones, man. Hebrews 4:12. We know these truth break, we know these scriptures, these words of Yahweh Shema shall break bones, man. And just read it. Again, Sirach 28:17. The stroke of a whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones, man. Hey, so that's why we got to be seasoned with salt when we trying to restore such an one, man. It reads, verse 18, many have fallen by the edge of the sword. It say many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue, man. You see, many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as fallen by the tongue. Why? Because people are teaching people false doctrines, man, false philosophies, following Jesus Christos, man. You got a lot of brothers out there that's teaching plantation Christianity on the Hebrew Israelites, man. Teaching that they Hebrew Israelites, but we still got to follow plantation Christianity. Hey, that's destroying a person, man. That every wind of doctrine. Hey, we are no more tossed to and fro, man, with every wind of doctrine. What is that? Ephesians 4:14. This is let me see real quick. Yeah, Ephesians 4:14. It reads 13, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of power, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. How is this done? Through the tongue, man, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, which talking about wicked Israelites. Okay, Titus 1:10, whereby they lie in wait to deceive, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Hamashiach. So it's a from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth. That's that building, man. Yahweh shall be the chief cornerstone, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part. When you read First Peter's 2 and 5, it tell you what? That each man become a spiritual brick to the spiritual temple. Yahweh shall be the chief cornerstone. It's a working in the measure of every part, man. It maketh increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love, man. Sound doctrine, man. So going back one more time, Ecclesiastes 28 and verse 17, no, verse 18, many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue, man. Hey, because the tongue is what? A sword as well, man. You see? That's why verse 17 said, the stroke of a whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. Hey, if you always, you can't, what did the Yahweh do, man? He used to tear down, rebuild, man. Okay? Tear down, edify, and rebuild, man. You can't just tear a person down, man. You got to tear them down and rebuild them. That's what Romans 12:2 is about, man. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed through the renewing of your mind, man. You got to strip a person of everything that they thought they knew. We always like that, man. That's why the brothers always mess with me in the camp, man, because when I first came into the truth, I asked the Lord to remove everything that I thought I knew, everything about this world, to remove it, man, to remove it from my mind and fill me with these scriptures, man. Fill me with the understanding of these scriptures, man. The remembrance of these precepts, the understanding and the wisdom, man. I don't want to know nothing else about this world. If it ain't in these scriptures from Genesis to Revelation, I don't want to know about it, man. I don't care about it. That was my prayer to the Lord first and foremost when I came to the truth, man. I understood that this truth right here, it's nothing else you can compare to this, man. Right? Isaiah 34:16, man. There's no other book you can compare to these scriptures, man. So I pray to the Lord to remove everything from me that I thought I knew. Everything. And fill my mind with these scriptures, man. That's all I want to know. Person asks me anything about the world right now, I'm gonna tell them I don't know nothing. If it ain't about these scriptures, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is Ephesians 4:29. It reads, wherefore, put away. Let me read this. Let's see. Ephesians 4:20. Ephesians 4:21. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man. Nobody care about that. They come into the truth, man. We ain't concerned about the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts of what? The world, man. You trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to be successful some kind of way, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put off, and that you put on the new man, which after power is created in righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor. And this is a precept that link with Zechariah 8:16, man. Wherefore put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another, man. Why would you lie to your brother? Hey, what did Yahweh say? You can't get a piece of speck out somebody else out when you got it in yours, man. So when you be renewed in your mind and you are diligently learning this truth, man, what you should be doing, study to show thyself approved, you is going to teach truth to your neighbor, man. Like I tell you in Isaiah 30, verse 9 and 10, they don't want to hear the truth, but guess what? You got to tell it anyway, man. That's why what is that? Amos 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuke from the gate. But the Lord say, do what, man? He made your forehead hard like theirs, man. So go speak the word no matter what, man. Because it gotta be told. You gotta get the blood off your hands, man. And you do that by seasoned speech, man. Can't be flying off the hand all the time. Because these devils are gonna try to use that against us, man. This is Psalm 52 and 2. It reads, the tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness, man. Hey, because at the flip of a hat, man, you can go off, man. You can say something, like they say, oh, if you said it, you meant it. Hey, you can say some things that you didn't mean, man. It can just come off wrong. Okay? Now we always can repent, but when you talking to somebody, you speaking to them humbly, then you say something, they can get offended by that, man. And then they don't even want to hear it no more. They like, hey, count. You could be talking, one brother can say something, they might walk away, man, because they got offended. The brother not offending them, but it's how people take it because there's so much estrogen in people's body out here, man. They get emotional, man. They get emotional. So sometimes you gotta go a little lower than normal, man. Because people's out here will get emotional, man. Until they understand what the brother was saying. That's why I say let one speak and another, break down in the description in Corinthians. So people's are emotional, man. So they might get caught up. The brother ain't even he's not even offending you from his eyes, but that person that's standing there listening or asking questions, they get offended, man. So it's just that speech, man. It's always about the speech, man. Now it's a time for everything. It say thy love is all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Let me read this again. Psalm 52 and 2. The tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. But that we know that's talking about the wicked, man. A righteous man ain't gonna be like that. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. You see, so when we think about Yahushua, man, Yahushua was humble, man. All he did was bring out the scriptures and cut people humbly, man. Edify people humbly and kept it moving, man. Did he say, be perfect as Yahushua is perfect, man? Right? That's why we judge at 5 and 11. We rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord daily, hourly, minutely, secondly. This is Matthew 15 and 11. So we gotta be seasoned, man. Cause this is about these devils rolling on us, man. Lord willing. Lord willing not be part of that, man. Cause hey, persecution or thrown in prison or some he's gonna get spiritual power and they gonna have no problem. The Lord said, "Not shall no hair on your head be touched, man." And that's my faith on, man. This is Matthew 15:11. It reads, not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. Right? You're talking about what? Your speech, man. What you say, how you talk to people, man. Because it can affect, man. The Hebrews 4 and 12 clearly tell you that. Matter of fact, let's read that. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. It reads, for the word of power is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the divine asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart, man. This word will mess you up, man. This word will destroy you, man. Hey, the same with this guy when you watch the movie Saw, man. This word will destroy you, man. Okay? This word is a saw, man. It cuts. Two-edged say sharper than a two-edged sword, man. Piercing. So back in Matthew 15:11, read this again. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. So you know how you ought to speak, man. This is Zechariah 8 and 16. These are the things that ye should do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor, which I read to you in First Peter's. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. Now we know when you go to Luke 19, just read this. This is Luke 19 and 21. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man, thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. The point is, for I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. So Yahweh Shah was an austere man, okay? So of course, his hopefully elect men, his predestined men are going to be